Recently, Mercedes-Me launched a similar store, actually a picture I took. It's not so much about selling a car, it's actually more like a cafe. Actually, I had a very nice lunch, and that's actually my lunch there. I took this picture myself. Again, interestingly, this is the first time Mercedes, or a luxury car company, a German luxury car company, is actually selling cars online. They integrate this experience in you actually buying a vehicle online. Let's move to the next trend. The next trend we have is what we call urbanization. Again, it's not so much about 60% of the world's people living in urban areas, but I think what's more important is the trends or the sub-trends within urbanization. For example, we're seeing the development of megacities. Cities are expanding beyond their suburbs and forming megacities, but also they are expanding beyond the suburbs and merging with the daughter cities to form mega regions. We're also seeing cities come together, 2 or 3 cities coming together to form a mega corridor. Abu Dhabi to Dubai could very much, or already is, a mega corridor, for example. And we're also starting to see development of smart and sustainable cities, which I'll talk about. Now, very interestingly, in the MENA region, already, with the exception of a few countries like Egypt, Yemen, and Sudan, the urbanization rates are really high, especially in some of the smaller countries like Bahrain, Kuwait, Lebanon, Qatar. This is almost over 90%. So I think the way you look at customers, city as a customer, is a lot more important. We saw Siemens, an interesting company who's actually organized around megatrends, set up a new division which they call the Infrastructure and City. This Infrastructure and City division, the way they reorganize the organization is actually has a business development director aligned to a city. And already with cities like London and Shanghai, they make over 100 million euros. So when Doha won the World Cup bid, and I can tell you, we English were very upset, Doha won it, they were the first to rush into that city because they knew $100 billion of infrastructure contracts are going to come their way. So again, looking at city as a customer is absolutely important. And as we see development of more mega corridors or transport corridors, as we see some of them in MENA, you will see this region will come together more and more. The inter-region trade in this part of the world is 10%. But the way we are looking at in terms of if some of these trade agreements come into place, some of these transportation corridors, rail corridors, we are even building mega corridors in terms of mega power lines interconnecting the countries. There will be more harmonization of trade between the region.